Hello everybody, the iLord Root here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Shareware. So we had a little bit of a look at id Software's offerings as far as their shareware is concerned, and we looked at one of their flagship products, Commander Keen. Well, now I think it's probably good to look at another very popular game from a different company called Epic Mega Games, and that game is Jill of the Jungle. This game is essentially a platformer. It's a puzzle platformer, and you play as an Amazon woman, as you can see, because this is how in the early 90s, this is how programmers, envisaged women. But, yeah, I mean, this is a classic right here. This was one of the big games that actually, like Commander Keen, the original Commander Keen, was part of a trilogy. This is, of course, Jill of the Jungle, but the other games of the trilogy include Jill Goes Underground and Jill Saves the Prince. So, I will mention that there are quirks when it comes to the gameplay here. This doesn't have the best controls. But I don't know if it was Tim Sweeney trying to, be creative or not, but sometimes, the controls do lock up in inopportune places, like when you're climbing vines and everything. But one thing that is sort of creative about this is that let me grab a knife real quick. And I am going to do an entire playthrough of this because it's short enough, but you'll see that the knife fires directly forwards. Looks like we're being attacked by something, but you'll see that, like, when I jump around and everything, I can change the trajectory. So, there is that. I've got two knives, so I can shoot two of them out. And generally, like, for instance, I'm ducked right now. I can't fire my knives, but, oh cool, I got extra jumping power, like, if I jump around, I can affect where, my knives, rather, go. You'll have to forgive me, it's a little bit late where I am. And so, for instance, I might be able to possibly kill this ant. Looks like there's a bit of a clipping bug there. And this part right here, I think it's just a bunch of goodies. When I made the first playthrough where the volume was just way too loud, I didn't really, get that good of a, I didn't get that good of a result out of going back, but I thought I might show you all that there's, things like that everywhere in this game. So very quickly on, the game sort of diverges very quickly, and you have this weird, I guess you call it non-linear level design, not as non-linear as Keen, but fairly non-linear nonetheless. And of course you have there we go. What was I gonna say? You have some of these levels you have what are more or less primitive checkpoints. Basically, you could, like if I died here when I hit this part right here, and then, I guess I would, that's kind of BS. If I died there, then I would respawn there, which is pretty nifty. And so I've come to the conclusion so far that Jill's worst nightmares include, I guess, frogs and the ghost of Pac-Man, and also crabs. I don't think she really cares for crabs all that much. You'll see, like, they've got these really, some of these really tricky puzzles here. And it's not so much that they're all that tricky, but it's more along the lines that, they set you up for traps in this game. That I probably should have seen that coming for sure. And you've got, there was one or two traps where it may have been in the next level that I'm gonna do. There's, I'll go ahead and do the castle first. But, one of the things you'll probably notice is that, I screwed this up big time. You'll probably notice that, the way this game is set up, like, you do get to keep things like gems and keys, and take them back to the map with you. It may just be gems, but, anyway, you have this, this really cool sort of, I guess, what was I going to say? You have this, really cool sort of, non-linear level design that I don't think a lot of the people who played consoles, back in the 90s could really get a chance to see. I mean, that's definitely one of the shining points of a game like this, is that you just kind of explore, figure out where to go. So, we got our gem. We'll just grab this apple real quick. And we'll go ahead and grab 7 because, there will be a nice surprise for us in it. Now, some things worth noting. Jill is apparently, apparently water is fatal to her, so, but it's not this waterfall, it's, like the, I guess the horizontal water, so, like, she can't swim in a river, or, I guess, in a bathtub, or anything like that, but, that was a bit unfair. I'll just get out of their way. I must have, brought it out of sync. But yeah, like, if I died here, like that, and then I start back at the checkpoint, I could save the game, but I don't really feel like it. Yeah, it does make completing the game a little bit faster I've found, which is nice. As for the shurikens, trajectory. I guess it must be random, but you know, there are other really cool things here, like, you know, you could turn into these firebirds that have been causing us a little bit of misery. You do want to be careful with these spikes, because they are anything like the spikes is an instant kill. And I guess the one thing I would think that you would want to avoid with dying, I mean, you could die, I guess, as much as you needed to, but I think you lose points. So, you're probably looking at this and you're thinking, well, this is one hell of a bonus area. And you may be right about that. It's, certainly, you know, a very weird start to a bonus area. But, it really isn't too terribly bad. I mean, it's, we'll just go here, we'll grab, that jump bonus or whatever. And, I'll just go through here and avoid the crabs as much as I can. I think that's the only level where, or the only part of the level where there's an enemy at all. And I will go through here and grab this key. They tell you about switches here, of course, which is pretty nifty. Now, I don't know if there's really much of a point to grabbing. I guess this jump power, I guess it makes it easy to get those extra points or whatever. Of course, you don't keep them at the end of the level, but it's cool nonetheless. And now we've returned back to the world map. We have managed to get our world map jumping power, which is going to be useful to us because you know, now that we've gone all the way down here, we're gonna, I guess, get the chance to go, Ard's dungeon. And when we leave, I strongly suspect that, you know, we will have a great need to, what was I gonna say? We'll have a great need to, to get everything that we could in that previous part of the level, because as I recall, there's really nothing else that, you know, you can, once you get past this point in the game, you can't go back. Now, I'm of the mindset that this game is criminally short. I mean, it actually is a really fun, you know, relaxing sort of platform. But, I mean, it was, you know, if we go over here, by the way, we do have a little bit of a block going on, and you'll notice when we go back over here, we can't go back. But we have this game does have a bunch of really cool gameplay elements in it. And there does seem to be a bit of a rendering issue with this. And it's good to know Firebird's effects are not terribly fond of water. However, they can destroy the ghost from pack mode, so that's something to remember. Although I don't really think the ghost from Pac-Man show up all that much. That was definitely close right there. Anyway, you'll find that there are a lot of these puzzles where, you have to be careful about, like, where you go. You have to transform into various things. That's pretty cool. But I guess, I'm going through this rather quickly. But, on the flip side, it's actually, it's a fair, I've played it already once, all the way through, and actually had a bit of a nasty surprise whenever, there we go, whenever, my video, it did not record correctly. Which is a bit unfortunate if you ask me. I rather like for my video to record correctly, but I did, remember that this is a fairly short demo, so we've got this weird puzzle here, and we've got to figure it out. There we go. I've got one more thing, I think, There's this weird, like I said, there's this weird issue with my video not updating correctly. You might have noticed that, like Commander Keen, we have the invisible platform syndrome that's pretty common in early 90s platformers. Your platforms disappear on you. I mean, that's something that, come to think of it, even games like Mega Man have that. Although, as far as I can tell, the invisible platforms in this game don't really do anyth't besides inconvenience. I mean, in Mega Man, it's, enough to kill you. But in this game, it's actually a rather straightforward sort of deal. So, anyway, I believe there's a bonus thing down here of some kind. And it looks like I've discovered one of the many, Easter eggs in games like this. This incidentally is not the only game with Easter eggs, and I mean, that kind of goes without saying, but, let's go, we'll do 12 here. I did a little bit of sequence breaking there, I mean, even Commander Keen, there's, oh cool, I have a fish bullet. Even in Commander Keen, you've got this weird thing going on to where, Romero will sign his own work. Which, in my mind, is pretty cool. I mean, there was a little bit of pride to be had when you were, you know, I guess designing these things in the 90s, in the early 90s. And when you did an awesome job, I guess it was a real point of pride. That was real close. Trying to see what else is over here. I'm not gonna screw with that. That guy's gonna get me, and I know that leads to a dead end. But one of the things I noticed here is that appears to be part of another level up there. And so I'm not entirely sure how the levels are laid out in this game. All I'm fairly certain of is that some levels seem to coincide, which I wonder if that means that when I go into one of the other levels, if I'll have my shuriken. That would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that. But, yeah, anyway, I wonder really if, I don't think you lose points when you die. I'm not entirely certain of that, but I'll just kill this dude here. I believe, you know, we're fairly good on this. We're fairly, I think we only have one more gem to go. And you think about, like, this is a fairly complex puzzle. I guess it's not that it's complex, but that, yeah, it doesn't look like you lose anything at all from that, except maybe health. Did we do 13 yet? I guess we'll do 13. So, I mean, these levels, in my opinion, are getting a little bit surreal. This game does get really weird at certain points. I don't know if it's because of the fact that I guess it's just Sweeney messing around trying to create a different environment, which wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. But, I mean, there's also, I guess, the idea that, you know, maybe Sweeney just didn't know what to do with these. But yeah, I mean, this game is incredibly fast-paced for what it is. I mean, we are pretty close to beating the game right now. I think there's really only one more level. And we will know here in a bit if, we get to keep on here. It doesn't look like it. This one does get pretty tricky. Yeah, I mean, it does get, as far as, like, the gameplay goes, like, this level does have a bunch of frogs or whatever that are after you, and that gets annoying fairly quickly, just because there's so many of them. Man, I lost my key. I probably should have saved. Well, I mean, he tried to warn me. The apple dude. It's like, now's a good time to save your game. I blindly, went into that without even thinking. So maybe I got what I deserved. Although, I don't know, that's not very likely. It may just be the case that it's over some levels where you can commit suicide like that, so... Well, I think what it is that the keys are temporary. Let's not make the same mistake. There's no reason to go up there. Let's just get back into the exits. I think we only have an hour left. That would be actually cool. So, we'll go ahead and we'll try this. And the game freezes. Not entirely sure what's causing that. I probably should have saved, but I mean, this is a let's play. And I'm sure if y'all want to, there is an ending to this. And it is pretty weird, so if y'all want to check that out, then, I guess y'all can play through the game. In the meantime, this has been Dilord Root, and I hope that you enjoyed.